Have you joined the competition? What competition, dude? The competition. Link on the screen, link below. And remember, your entry has to be linked in the comment section of the announcement video on either my channel or Craig's. You know you want to do it. You know you need to do it. Let's do it. Let's do viewer mail.
Doug Dawson writes, I got interested in your channel because of the TRT videos.
Really? Seriously, dude? Have you really seen my TRT videos? They're not what I'd call serious medical advice. But let's continue.
Now that it's been a decent amount of time, I would like to hear updates. Maybe you have, and I'm not looking in the right places. Being the selfish prick that I am, I don't care about the weight loss stuff. I did get sober 3 years ago and have picked up lifting this year, 4 months. I'm 3 in May, and my test level is 155. There are still some follow-up tests before I start TRT, and I would like to hear anything related, pro or con. Did you notice your lifts improving substantially? I've always been a beanpole, and it would be a great side effect to pick up 20 pounds of muscle. Thanks, Doug.
All right, man. First of all, thanks a lot for the email. Get lots of emails. First time I've done a video on one. I'll do it again in the future. If anybody wants me to, send me an email. Let's go with the pros first, because everybody fucking hates bad news. Pros. I feel better. I feel stronger. I have more energy. My libido has returned. And with that, the functioning of my wiener. All the stories you hear are true. A sense of well-being. I don't have depression like I did. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. So, yes, TRT really works. It just does. What are some of the negatives? Well, it can increase activity in the sphinctorial region down in the Bungmeister equator area next to your sphincter, just in between your cheeks, your butthole. I'm talking about your butthole. There can be an increased risk for colon cancer. But really, all that could happen is, honestly, if you were already predisposed to having that, it could speed up the process. They can test for that. I've been tested. My butthole, though not clean, is healthy. What are some of the other negatives? Coronary stuff, have a heart attack and drop dead. Been a lot of shit in the news about that lately, but that was for patches and topical ointments. Don't recommend it. Go with injectables. Don't let a doctor tell you you can inject once a month or even every 2 weeks. You'll feel like shit. You'll be constantly going better and worse, better and worse. I do it twice a week. Works great for me. Once a week might work great for you. Do your research, though. Let's take a look at some labs.
Let's go to the board. Survey says balls are busted. My initial test was 195. That's not depicted here. Retest showed 232. Started TRT, hit 527. Doc said, you're good. I said, not so fast. Don't feel that good. He gave me a larger prescription. I'm now at 784.
My best advice to you is don't let some doctor tell you some lab average is good enough. That's like trying to convince a chick that your wiener's not that small. Yeah, right. Look, you want to get enough in you to feel like a man again. The numbers are a great way to get some kind of idea where you're at, but it ought to be about how you feel. And if your doctor won't listen to you, you need another doctor. Now, how much has my life changed since I got on this stuff? Well, before I got on this stuff, it had gotten so bad that I actually went to my doctor and told her, can't bang my wife. And so she gave me an in-home starter kit for boners. It's called Viagra. It worked. It made boners. I used the boners. The funny thing is, I only got 6 pills, and she said if they work, come back and get more. Never did. It took me almost a year to use those 6 pills. Yeah, that's right. It didn't matter that my dick didn't work because I didn't even want to have sex. It got to the point where I was starting to think to myself, hey, when does my wife just start banging other people? One of the best ways to tell after you start taking TRT if it's working is how you react physically. Yeah, you can put on some muscle, get stronger and all that stuff like I talked about, but one of the most immediate effects will be when you first wake up in the morning and you look down, you'll be like, what the fuck is this, like a Cub Scout Jamboree down there? There's tents getting pitched everywhere, left and right! Yeah, morning wood makes a triumphant return. At first, it's amazing. And after a while, you realize it's still amazing and you don't ever want to go back to the way things were. Ever. And since I inject twice a week, I don't have a lot of peaks and valleys, but I can count on every Tuesday-ish, every Saturday-ish, just pre-next shot, things get a little bit interesting. At that point, this fucking shit gets out of You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking around with that shit. I read this thing on the internet once that was a perfect description of what it's like to become low testosterone. It's like having a warehouse full of many lights, and every month or so you turn one light off, till eventually, years later, you realize you're in the middle of a cold, dark warehouse and your penis is broken. Well, when you start taking TRT, it doesn't fix everything, it doesn't make your life perfect, but you start flicking the lights back on, one by one at a time. And then eventually, one day, you realize shit's looking pretty goddamn good. And I can promise you the risk-reward ratio here is pretty good. I will never go back to the way things were. I wish you the best of luck on your road to recovery through TRT. And if anybody else has any questions for me about anything, important or not, maybe I'll make a video about it. But while I'm on the subject of important shit, the Blazers are playing the Houston Rockets. Game 6 tonight, at home. It's game time.
Show me your blazer!